Welcome, welcome everybody to our Tuesdays live with English Academy. Today it's a very special live. But before I tell you why, I'm White, I'm content expert in English Academy. Today I'm going to be your host. Go ahead in the chat and tell me, how are you today and where are you joining us from? Please let me know. I want to know. I am joining from Bogota, Colombia, and I have a very nice guest that I'm sure you will love to see here because we hadn't seen her here this month. So I know you were missing her, so we brought her today to share a very important topic. And of course, antes de start, the get with all our topics for today, the news, the game, and telling you why this is a very special live, I'm going to say hi to some of you here in the comments. I see a lot of people saying hi, talking, asking questions. So I'm going to go there. And we have Aida. Hi, Aida. We have John Saboya. Hello there. We have Vero joining from Italy, our special guest in the chat. I'll tell you why in a minute. We have also from Venezuela, we have Shai. Hello, Shai. And we have Julian B. Caravet from Medellin. Dantu from Guatemala. I love this. You know, this is my favorite part, seeing how we have people from different countries all over Latin America, Europe, everywhere in the world. That's amazing. Have people from Bogota, Mono Alt from Bolivia. Hey there. It's nice to have you all here because, as I said before, this is a very special live. But before I tell you why is it a special, I want to tell you about something special that happened today in English Academy. If you know what it is, tell me in the chat. Did you find something new today in our platform, in the courses? Let me know if you know. If you don't know, well, today we launch one very nice course. This course that we launched today is very special because it's a workshop. If you have taken workshops, you know they are more dynamic. We practice English in a specific context. And this workshop, let me tell you, it's very, very dynamic. You need to stand up and you need to move around because it's about, I'm going to say the name in Spanish, actividad física y partes del cuerpo. So you are going to practice the different parts of the body, different grammar, different vocabulary. As you work out, move your body a little bit. What a better way to learn English. So I'm going to introduce my guest over here today. Hi, G, how are you today? And what do you think about this new workshop?
Hello. Doing great. Hi, Y. Hi, everyone. I have to say that I was able to see the behind the scenes of this workshop because I was in studios when it was being recorded and I had the opportunity to see a little bit of the magic behind the scenes and it looks great. I felt very motivated to work out, to exercise, which is something that I don't do very often. I should do more. And I think that with this workshop, I'll definitely feel more inspired to exercise, move my body, stretch. There's a lot of physical activity.
I know, right? Well, you were very lucky to see the behind the scenes of this course because it was not recorded only in studios, but I remember they going to a park, going outside, you know, to practice English. I love that. We can practice English as we work out because English, in the end, it's a way to communicate about daily life, about different activities. And that's exactly what we do in workshops, right, G? Okay.
That's right.
Very nice. G, I'm sure students are very happy to see you here today because we had not had you here for a while, right? Did you miss our students? Did you miss our live sessions?
Of course. Maybe not so much the live sessions because I do participate in them, just I haven't been in this Tuesday live specifically.
That's right.
It's always wonderful to be here, to see the students commenting so actively there in the chat. And I'm sure we're going to have a lot of fun. And hopefully, today you will leave with very good tips and just general knowledge of what you need to do. Well, I don't want to, should I spoil it? Can I tell everybody what we're going to be working about, or do you want to announce something before? Why?
Go ahead with a very little spoiler and announce.
Excellent. So today we're going to be talking about how to present your resume, of course, in English. So I'm going to give you some insights and some examples, hoping that after this class, you will feel inspired to start creating your own resumes. You might think, no, but I already have mine. Then go ahead and update it, as nothing attracts recruiters as much as a nice updated resume. And if you haven't created yours, then this is the sign from the universe that you needed to start working on it.
Amazing, G. I love that spoiler. And let me tell you that in the chat, we already have Ed Cabeza saying to the point, how to describe my role. So I love it. Students are already motivated, saying, yes, I came to learn. And we are going there in just a minute. You know, we want to let people connect, share a couple of things, but we'll start in a couple minutes, of course, with the topic that we have today. And why this topic? Well, I'm going to let you all know that we are currently in a challenge with marketing, with the Faculty of Marketing, and with Remoting LA. That's an opportunity for everybody who works in marketing to find a job in the US. That sounds great, right, G? To be working here, working remotely with the US. Sounds great, right?
I mean, earning dollars is not a bad deal.
Not a bad deal. And of course, we need English for that, right? That's why we are here today. Because I'm going to add a little bit to what you say, G. And it's, if you have your LinkedIn profile or your CV already, but it's in Spanish, then it's time to put it in English so you can apply to those jobs in the US. And of course, with the Remoting Challenge, the idea is that we can help you, guide you in the process, and we can open that opportunity for all of you to work remotely for the USA. That's the idea. That's why we are here. And that's why our special guest is Veronica Vero Espindola, who is there in the chat, also answering some questions about this challenge. But today we are going to focus on English. So you have that first step of having your CV, your profile in English. Before we go there, I'm going to share the link in the chat so you know what this challenge is about. If you didn't know about it, you can join, because it's not only this live, we'll have other sessions as well that you can, in which you can participate to keep improving your English to work for the US, of course, and practice English and have fun, because we do everything at the same time. So before we go with this class and you learn how to write your profile in English, let's watch this video.
Do you know what it means when something costs a bomb? It means it's really expensive. For example, hey Sasa, hey, that's a nice sweater.
Thank you. I should hope so. It cost a bomb.
Nunca pares de aprender.
Okay, very nice video. You saw Ravi around. I know you love seeing him as well, so that's why we brought him here in that short reel, and Cesar, of course. Okay, now it's time to get down to business. G, please tell us everything about how to write our profile in English.
Of course. So we are going to be talking about how to present your resume. And like we mentioned before, important for you to know if you want to apply to this great opportunity with the remoting challenge, but also for any job opportunity that requires you to show your professional skills, your experience, and well, the best way to do it is with your resume. I want to tell you that all of the information that you need to structure your resume, plus some interesting tips, you will be able to find all of this in this course. We're going to recommend a specific class dedicated just to resumes. We'll leave the link right there in the comment section, but it's part of our wonderful team member Carolina Boquin and her course of English for job interviews. So we'll leave the link right there, because if you're interested in structuring a really nice, well put together, complete resume, this is going to be the course and the class for you. But more on that later. For now, let's go ahead and define what is a resume. You know, what do I do with it? Is it something I eat, I show, what's that? What's that? Well, the simplest definition would be to say a resume is a formal document that a job applicant creates to itemize their qualifications for a position. So it's a formal document where you, the job applicant, the person who is applying for an interesting position, you create it to itemize. What does that mean? Well, to put one item, another item to describe your skills, education, and professional experience. All of the things that are basically your qualifications, right? What you show recruiters or possible future employers to say, hey, I'm the person that you're looking for. I'm the person that you need for this position. Now, I always say that the best way to learn to really incorporate something, to understand it, is with an example. So I brought an example of a resume here. We have this person. You shouldn't go looking for her on LinkedIn. This is just an example. Her name in this case is Brigitte Shorts, and she is in digital marketing. This is her area of expertise. Now, we see different items. Remember that in the previous definition, we said that a resume helps us itemize our qualifications. Well, here we find different items. Let's go one by one so we can really take this apart and analyze it. We can see here that at the top, Brigitte has her summary, right? A little summary, a little introduction to who she is and what she does. She says that she has more than 3 years of experience. She's in digital marketing. She's been a coordinator. So a little bit to show that employer what it is that you do. What are your strengths? But it's very short and sweet. You have to get to the point and really sell your profile in a paragraph, more or less, right? A paragraph. After that, she has a segment or a block of her resume dedicated for her skills. In this case, she's focused on hard skills or technical skills like content design, speaking, content marketing, digital marketing, and content editing. Companies are also very interested in your soft skills, so feel free to also include those. What are soft skills? Well, things like empathy, communication, all of these are very, very important for any type of position, really. Leadership skills, so feel free to include those as well as part of your own profiles. But in this example, she decided to include her technical skills. Something else that is very, very important. Languages, right? And the reason why you are here today, because you're interested in improving that second or third language that English might be for you. In this case, we see that this professional speaks 3 languages: English, Spanish, and Italian. We don't know if maybe Italian or Spanish or English are requirements for this position. But if she decided to put it there, is because it adds value, right? It is showing off that she can speak, can communicate, can create content and work in either of those three. She has, of course, her contact information, because how else are they going to find her? Phone number, emails, if you have a web page, if you have a blog post. Interesting for you to put it there because it shows the recruiter, the possible employer, the company that is interested in you. It shows them a little bit more about you as a professional, but also maybe who you are as an individual, right? Maybe as a hobby, you like to write and you're applying for a position that involves writing skills. So why not direct them to your blog? That can show them what you're into, your experience, but also a little bit about you as an individual, as a unique individual. And in this case, she has also included an address. You decide what is the most relevant contact information. In this case, I would also suggest that you link your LinkedIn profile as well, which is your digital resume, and we're going to talk about that in a little bit. But all of this information of where people can find you, contact you, is essential. Then let's go to our next column or our next segment, our next item, and it is education. Notice that she is putting the, let's say, earliest or the first education at the top, and then the most recent. Some people do it opposite. I prefer to put the most recent first and then go back in time, but it's up to you. She includes, of course, her studies in marketing, and also, well, she has studies in economics. Interesting. Again, something that can add more value and distinction to your resume. Maybe something that other candidates don't have and that you can bring to the table with your preparation, your academic background. And probably the most important part of your resume, your work experience. So again, she has decided to put first her past experience as a digital marketing specialist from years 2017 to 2019, and then her most recent work experience as a digital marketing coordinator. And notice here, that is not just the position that is being mentioned, but also maybe goals that were achieved, targets that were reached. It has the objectives that were accomplished, or a short description regarding her tasks. So keep that in mind. There you have a nice example of a resume. Of course, you can add the color, the picture, all of those elements are important, but today we're focusing on the English elements, the things that we can help you for you to keep in mind when you are creating, right? When you're writing and preparing your resumes. So the first thing that I would like to point out, and for this, we're going to focus a little more on her work experience, the block where she decided to talk about her work experience. And I want us to check the language, because in one part, she's talking about past work experience. And in the next part, she talks about current, right, work experience, what she's doing at the moment. So from the years 2017 to 2019, already in the past, we know she worked as a digital marketing specialist. This has passed, is a moment in her life that started and finished. It is complete. So she's using the past simple. Notice that she mentions that she made more than 1,000 deals with big companies, and she ensured or guaranteed customer satisfaction. So we know that this is a part of her experience that is complete. It is done with, right? The past simple. Keep this in mind for when you are writing your own resumes and you're referring to activities, projects, tasks, or roles that have been completed or are part of your past. Now let's contrast this with her current experience. So she says that from 2019 to the present moment, yes, to 2022, she has been working as a digital marketing coordinator. Now the language changes. The tenses, the grammar that she is using changes as well. So the first point that she tries to highlight says that she has launched 27 global PR campaigns. She has launched as the present perfect. Why do we use the present perfect in this case? Well, because she's talking about an experience that started in the past, but continues up to the present moment. Remember, she started working there in 2019, but she continues to work in that company and in that position up to the present moment. Another example, I'll give you a personal one. I can say I have worked with Platzi for half a year or 6 months. Yes, same thing. I started working in Platzi in April of this year. So as of now, I have worked at Platzi for 6-7 months. I need to count from April until now, 6 or 7 months. And I want to bring why into the discussion because I know she can also give us an answer with a different timeline. Why? How long have you worked at Platzi?
I have worked at Platzi for almost 13 months, for a little over a year.
A little over a year. I think when you said 13, some students were imagining years. Oh my God, for such a long time. But no,
No
13
way.
months. Like when
Months.
you talk about babies, that mothers or fathers usually give the age of babies in months
In weeks, and you don't
or in
get it.
weeks. Oh my God, no. More complicated.
Yes.
Excellent. So notice that the language changes. As Y has worked at Platzi for a year and a little bit more. I have worked here for 6 months. But then we also have the present continuous. Look at the other verbs, developing and leading. Why with ing? Because she's talking about activities in progress, right? That's what the continuous tenses tell us, that is something that is happening, that it is at the moment still she's participating, she's being involved in that process. So currently she is developing 5 marketing strategies in each quarter, right? That's something that will continue to happen this quarter, next quarter. She is participating in the development of these campaigns or strategies. And she is also currently leading a team of 14 designers, marketers, and analysts. Wow, very cool. Very different from what I do. Sounds very interesting. So keep that in mind. When we're talking about experiences that started and finished or completed in the past, we go to the past simple. Made, ensured, did, finished, worked, has all of the past. But when we're talking about experiences that we are currently doing or working on, we can use the continuous or the present perfect. I have done, I have launched, I have presented, or I am doing, I am working, I am listening, I am presenting. All of these verbs that, of course, help you describe your personal and professional experience here. We're going to go with an activity, and I need you to be very attentive because it's like a little quiz to see how well you can read and understand what we have been talking about language-wise, but also when it comes to understanding somebody's experience. So I'm going to focus on the languages segment and the work experience segment. And it's a simple true or false. So I want to see your answers right there in the chat and why. You can help me to see if students are answering correctly, what they're saying there in the comment section. The first statement says, She has learned 3 languages. And look at the language. She has learned 3 languages. Is that true from what you're seeing, or is it false? We're using the present perfect there. She has learned 3 languages. You can check the information. It's not hidden. You can just go ahead and observe. Tell me what you see. Do you think this is a difficult question, why, or tricky, or will students get it right?
I don't think it's a tricky question. I think the information is right there, and we already have some answers, G. And most people are saying true. It's true. We have some people that says false, but the most popular answer is true.
Ah, very good. Well, this is true. Technically, you could say, no, she learned, I don't know, English as a baby, so Spanish and Italian. But we're talking about all the languages she has learned in her life. So it would be true. Yes, she has learned 3 languages in total. Now, here's something interesting for you to also consider. We use the present perfect, like in this sentence, when something happened in the past, continues in the present, but also when we are leaving the possibility open for this activity, yes, to repeat itself in the future or to happen again. So when we say she has learned 3 languages, we're saying that in her life, those are the 3 languages that she has learned so far, but we're leaving, yes, that door open for the possibility of her learning a 4th language or a 5th language, right? Similar to when I say, I have played soccer, or I have played volleyball or basketball. That means that in my life, I have practiced or played these sports. Doesn't mean that it's finished or that I'm not going to play again. I'm leaving the door open for repeating this action or playing again in the future at any moment. I'm just talking about my experience so far. Let's go with number 2. She worked as a community manager in 2018. True or false? Let's see if you've been paying attention. And well, you not necessarily just paying attention, but you can check it right there, the information. It's there. I'm not going to hide it. It's visible. And I want to see your comments. And again, these are not tricky questions. Today, I came in wanting to give you the information very directly. So what are students saying right there in the chat? Let's see.
Well, G, I have to say, as we give them a minute to check the information and answer, I have to say that there are some people that are saying, oh, I don't speak English very well. And I love all the advice that everyone's sharing. Very good advice. Keep motivated. Listen to different things. That's amazing. And of course, give it a try here. So I see everyone trying, even those that said, oh, I don't speak very well. I see them answering here the question. So that's amazing, G. And we have here answers. False. Ed Cabezas 7 says false. She worked as a digital marketing coordinator. False, 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 false. We have Kranda says false, like with all the enthusiasm, exclamation marks. It's like false. I don't know. Okay, or with more enthusiasm. What's the answer, G?
Well, you are correct. Yes, it's false. It's right there. She worked as a digital marketing specialist from 2017 to 2019. So she was doing that. She's not telling us that she had a second job in that moment. So we can, from what we're reading, from what she's presenting, we can understand that this is false. She did not work as a community manager. Maybe at another moment in her life, but is not being presented there in the resume. Now, we talked a little bit before about LinkedIn. And this being your digital profile or your digital resume. So I wanted to bring an example of what a LinkedIn profile might look like. Here, of course, we have a picture. This person also has selected a background where he's in. His name is Jiho Matthew, and I'm guessing with the pronunciation of his name, because remember, that's tricky and it also depends on him and his family and how they decided to pronounce it, but let's say Jiho. And he is, well, I want to say something. In a LinkedIn profile, something very, very important that people pay special attention to is your description, your about. Yes, about you. And he has taken his time to develop a very nice, complete description in his about section. Some people prefer to keep it shorter, but I would say that LinkedIn really benefits from a nice, complete, attractive description that tells people immediately who you are and what you're about, right? What do you do? So if we look at his description, we're not going to read the whole thing right now, but we're going to pay attention to those elements that stand out, right? I love to dig into customer problems and solve them with modern technology. Ooh, I create, scale, and optimize business portfolios that matter. Wow. To accomplish this, I focus on delivering key outcomes, building amazing teams, and quickly adapting to new learnings. Even if we read just these two sentences here, two or three sentences that he started with, already we would have such a clear understanding of what he does. And notice the verbs that he's using. I love, I create, I scale, I optimize, I accomplish, I focus. Wow, very strong verbs for when you are writing your profile descriptions, your about. And I want to focus because this is not his complete description. He has more. This is the second part of his description. And for this, I want to show you the difference between stative verbs and action verbs and how he uses, I would say, 98% of his profile description. In his profile description, he is using action verbs. Those are the strong ones that show what you can do, right? To create, look at this, to educate, yes, to stay, to focus, to speak, to tell, to lead and grow. Wow, very strong. I think I'm going to take some of those verbs. Why? From when I'm updating my profile, because I have to say they make an impact. Yes, they make an impression on the person who is reading them. And I highlighted here love because this is not an action verb, but it is what we call a stative verb. It is showing more of an emotion than an action. So keep that in mind. He's not using a lot of stative verbs. Other examples of stative verbs can be like, hope, desire, or need. Yes, but he's not really using those stative verbs because he knows that in the professional area, and of course, LinkedIn is a professional application program, then that's not going to be as impactful. Maybe if he was in another type of app, right? Where he could talk more about his feelings. But in this case, you want to really make a quick impression in people who are going to be attracted to what you can do for their company. So I wanted to also mention that for you to consider it. Am I using too many stative verbs or am I using more action verbs? And now, and with these examples to inspire you, I want to invite you to go to the chat and write one sentence that tells me or that tells us what you can do, right? That tells us a little bit about your experience, about your skills. Do you speak tech? Do you tell great narratives that motivate? Are you constantly learning? Do you focus on making high quality decisions? Oh, well, these are just taken from Jiho's profile, but I want you to use as inspiration, use action verbs, and tell us in the chat one sentence. I could say a whole paragraph, but now for this activity, let's go with only one sentence, and Y and I will be reading them to see if you really impacted, if you really stood out, as if you made an impression with that one sentence describing one of the things that you're able, capable, that you can do, right? Of course, in a professional setting, in a professional context. Why? What do you think about his profile? Would you hire him?
Well, I have to tell you that Alvaro DGO would hire him. I see different comments here. His comment was, I would hire him. Okay. I think I would if I were hiring for that position, for a tech position. Not quite my field there. My work in tech is, with languages. Our work in tech is a little different, but I think it would definitely catch my attention.
Yes. He knows how to not only talk about his technical skills, but if you notice why, he's also mixing in the description soft skills, because he's talking about leading. Yes, he's talking about learning, about staying calm. And these are all also things that we pay attention to, because you can have a lot of knowledge, but if you can combine your hard skills with soft skills, which have also been called power skills, then you have a winning combination. And I think he's able to show that, right? He's balancing the two. I'm already seeing some comments in our, oh my God, in our chat. Look at this. I convert emotions into stories. Wow.
Like hired.
Hired. When do you start?
Because think about this, G. I can tell that Igor works in marketing or has learned about marketing. That's his area, something creative, right? And actually, the challenge that we are working on, that we are working with right now, I think that would be perfect for these marketing positions.
Igor, if you want to continue converting emotions into stories and earning in dollars, check out the remoting challenge. Let's see what else. Ooh, wow, look at this one. Oh,
go ahead. Go ahead.
We're excited. We're getting excited. We both want to go straight into the comments. Well, Alex Caicedo says, I extract valuable information from data. Ooh, I like the use of the action verb extract, but also an adjective, not any information, valuable information. And Constanza says, I respectfully listen to anyone's situation. That shows empathy. That shows the ability to listen, to communicate. Nice. What else do you see there in the chat that stands out?
Look, we have Shai says, I'm a senior accounting technician, but I'm dedicated to content writing, marketing in social media, and teaching.
Nice. I like that.
Very complete.
Look at this. The verbs in the continuous form. Writing, marketing, teaching. Well, marketing is an area, but writing and teaching. Nice.
And teaching. Yes, it shows she's doing it right now. Very nice. And we have Rofi Sof says, I can help you to learn and love the music and don't give up easily. Very nice.
To love music, to learn, to be resilient, right? To not give up. Excellent.
Very nice.
What else do you see?
Do you want to? Okay, let's read some more. I love it, Okay, we have here DSD26 says, I love to learn new things because I'm passionate about innovation. How do you see that one, G?
I love it. You love to learn. I love your answer. Great.
Amazing.
A good use of the stative verb. Yes, you love to what?
Very good. And we have another one with love. No, this is solved. Sorry, I'm just mixing
mixing up the words, the letters.
the letters. It has almost the same letters. Okay. I solve complicated problems. Okay.
Oh, and I mean, something that companies are looking for, right? To solve their problems. Going straight to the point, though, I think you could add a little more, right? Like what type of complicated problems, but definitely a skill that we're all looking for to solve problems.
Definitely.
Uh,
And one
why?
more, Jim.
Go
Shall
for
we go
it.
with one more?
Let's do
Okay.
it.
We have Giovanni Dev says, I'm passionate about software development, entrepreneur. I love that word. That is so hard for me to pronounce. Entrepreneurship and science fiction.
Oh, so passion's not just in his professional life, but also in the personal area, science fiction. Nice, very good. Well, I'm so happy to see that students accepted the challenge and so many answers there in the chat. I love that. I love that. Well, the invitation, of course, is for you to continue working. I see that you're very inspired right now in this moment. So continue working on those strong statements that are going to make the difference, that are going to impact the people that are looking at your profiles, whether on LinkedIn or your resumes, things that are really going to stand out. Because, well, resumes are great, but we have to say, according to different studies, recruiters don't always read everything in your resume, right? So another recommendation is to keep it nice, short, and sweet, 1 to 2 pages top. And if you're in LinkedIn, then make sure that you're very efficient there. And of course, go ahead and check out the course. We're going to leave the comments there. Why? My dog is excited about the topic.
Of course, it is an exciting topic, G. I know your dog is excited. Our students are excited as well. You know, even your neighbor's dog seems to be excited because this is a very important topic. G, thank you so much. And definitely, this is a part, you know, we decided to take this specific topic that is very important. But in the course that we shared in the resources, you find many more topics related to interviews, English for interviews. So you get familiar, you have more practice, you have the forum there so you can write and share knowledge with the community, of course. Okay,
That's
G,
right.
anything else that you want to add before I share a little bit more of what's coming with this challenge and what other spaces we have?
I think enough was said. And again, I'm so happy that students took on the challenge, participated, started working on their resumes, because believe it or not, that sentence, that little paragraph that you wrote, that's the beginning of a great resume. So kudos, great job there. And I'm ready for your announcements and maybe a surprise, an activity, something we're going to do. I don't know.
Absolutely. We always have a game here because we're going to have fun. That's how we learn English, of course. A little bit of everything. But before we go to the game and practice a little bit more about this topic through a game, I want to remind everybody that this live, it's part, well, no, not this one. We aligned with a challenge from the Faculty of Marketing. It's called, I'm really bad with names. I forget names. I don't forget mine, but I forget all the others. So the challenge is called De Estudiante Platzi a Trabajador Remoto en US. So I invite you in the resources there or there. I don't know where you can see the resources. You find the link to join the challenge. Today, we were talking about your profile. Next week, if you are participating in the challenge, or you are going to start participating in the challenge this week, next week, we will be having a Zoom call to talk about your portfolio, how to create your portfolio. And it's going to be with Ignacio Francini. He's the founder of Remoting LA. So you will find all the information once you join the challenge. You can join the Discord channel, Marketing Retos, and there you find all the information. You find it again in the resources somewhere here, so you can join. And we will have some other spaces with English because we know English is essential for this path. So we'll keep seeing you there, you know, in these different spaces. Now, G, I said that we learn English having fun, right? So I
That's
have
right.
another invitation before I share the game with you.
Ooh,
And
okay.
it's that we are about to launch a course in English Academy that is amazing. But before I go there, I missed a little part. If you're a student of English Academy, you have subscription, only English Academy, and you want to participate in the challenge, you want to upgrade your account, take all the other courses that are part of the challenge, this is the best time of the year to upgrade your account, okay? So you don't stay only with English, but you have access to all the other courses of the challenge. Now, parenthesis close there. Jim, we are about to launch an amazing course.
Mm-hmm.
You took part on this course. You played a very important role in this course. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Of course, is a brand new, fabulous, exciting, mysterious. I'm thinking of all the adjectives that can describe this course. Complex audio course that involves a lot of, wow, how can I say, a lot of stories in one? I
That's
don't
a
know.
very
That's the
good
little
description.
spoiler. Yeah, a lot of stories in one.
I love that description, G. I love it. You mentioned as many adjectives as you could find, and I love it. This course, we are going to launch a very interesting course. It's something you have never seen before. G's voice is there, my voice is there. All English Academy is there. And we are going to have a launch party on December the 2nd. So I invite you all to join. It's going to be live, so you will see us here. But if you're in Bogota, Colombia, you can sign up and you can join us in Platzi Studios in Bogota as well. I left the link in the resources somewhere. Find it there, and we'll be waiting for you live and in Bogota to participate, get to know this course, and of course, practice English together. That's the idea, right, G?
It is. It's going to be so much fun, and I'm sure you're going to learn a lot and just have a lot of fun with all the different voices. Like Y said, I think a big part, if not everybody, in our team participated. So all your favorite members of the team, teacher Ravi, who we talked about before, Jez, Johnny, Y, just everyone. It's going to be a blast.
That's right, G. Amazing. We'll be waiting for you there. But of course, the fun is not going to be only on December 2nd. The fun starts right now. Every week we have fun as we practice English. Jim, are you familiar with this game? I'm going to ask, look at the magic of streaming. Diego, our streamer, is amazing. And I don't know, I think it's here. Okay. Are you familiar with that game? Let us know in the chat as well. Are you familiar with that game? 5-second rule?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I am.
So
I'm
you know
ready.
what's coming for you, G.
I know, and I'm scared, but okay, let's do it.
Don't be. You will have the support of our students. So, 5-second rule. I'm going to give you a category, and I'm going to say you have 5 seconds to name 3 animals, for example. And you
Okay.
have 5 seconds to name the 3 animals. And of course, everyone at home, help Gina. That's the idea, that you can help her. She's not alone. She counts on all of you to support her. You ready, G?
I'm ready.
Perfect. And I will need you to support me with the chat after this time. I'll need your support there. Okay. Let's go then in 3, 2, 1. G, name 3 jobs, and everyone, name 3 jobs related to the tech industry.
Okay, web developers, quality assurance specialists, and digital marketing specialists.
Wow. Very good. That was in the last second, you know, like Indiana Jones taking the hat. Last second. I'm a little too old. Anyways. Very nice. Very nice. Can you remind me which ones did you say? I don't, my memory. You see,
Web developer, quality assurance, somebody that works in QA,
Very
and digital
important.
marketing.
Of course, you couldn't leave out digital marketing. It's very important in the tech industry. What do we have in the chat, G?
In the chat, we're saying, ooh, let's see, IT recruiter, says Isaac. Danny says customer support. Christian mentions data scientist. Camilo says machine learning developer, content creator, SEO specialist, voice editor, says Vero, data scientist again. Yeah, our students know.
Wow, they do know. They do know. Amazing. Let's go with the next one. Ready?
Ready.
Okay. Name 3 qualities you would mention in your LinkedIn profile.
Woo! Oh my God. Empathetic, a content
2,
creator, a good listener.
1. Again, 5 seconds in the last second.
Communication skills as well. So important.
Oh, time's over. Okay. Very important ones. And I want to have a little reflection here. And it's take your time to write your CV. Under pressure, you can mention some that are important, but take your time to think about it. What do we have from students, G?
We have designer, teamwork, patience, teamwork again, scientist, developer, empathy, teamwork. Oh, teamwork is strong and necessary, of course. Yes.
It's very important, right? Especially, in the tech industry, like the teamwork is essential. It is essential. Okay, very nice. Ready for the next one?
Let's do it.
Okay. Wait. Oh.
So far, so good. So far.
Yeah, but my Zoom just, wonderful things with technology. I don't know. I have no control over my laptop anymore. The cloud has taken over. Okay. What can you see?
But it disappeared. It went back to LinkedIn profile.
Now. There we go. Now, name 3 sections of a professional profile.
This one's good. And if students were paying attention, they can do this too. We have languages, work experience, education, contact information, technical skills, soft skills.
It was 3G. It was 3, but good.
I wanted to make up from the previous one.
Very nice. And yes, if you were paying attention, I'm sure you got here this one right. What do we have in the chat? Something additional?
Well, in the chat, students are also saying, oh, why? You've been hacked. Yeah, because you couldn't control your computer. No, I'm sure it wasn't that. And regarding the question, they're saying language, experience, about, like in our LinkedIn profiles, the about section, personal information, experience, education, skills. Mari says job experience, a summary, your hard skills, your work experience, language, professional experience. Yes, they got it.
Very good. Very good. Excellent. Okay, I think we can go with one more. Let's see. Let's do one more. And when this happens to my laptop, I think, it was not, I was not hacked, but maybe when you listen, our new audio course at the end of this month, Atrapados en la Tecnología, you'll think, ooh, that was it.
Something happened there.
Yes. Okay. Just to keep the, the motion going. Okay, G, name 3 characteristics of your ideal job.
Ooh, wow. Oh, okay. A place that inspires creativity, that encourages teamwork, and that motivates you to innovate.
Okay. Okay, that innovate was out of time, but all right, I'm gonna count.
The first syllable was in.
Yeah, okay. It was like when I was putting my last finger down.
Your pinky was like halfway down.
Yeah. Very nice, G. How many of those does your job at Platzi have? Just out of curiosity.
I think, what did I say? Wait. A place that inspires creativity? Definitely. I think Platzi is the place, and my wonderful team definitely challenges me and supports me in being creative. I also mentioned a place where you're encouraged to innovate. We're always trying to do something new, something exciting, bring a new learning experience to our students. Of course, listening to their feedback in order to, yeah, to create. And I forgot what was the second thing I mentioned. But it was important. It's just that now I forgot. As part of a team. And of course, we also have this here. It's very, very present. So I think it checks the 3 boxes. Why I
There you
keep
go. I was
there you
hacked
go.
again. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, no, it
I
was
thought
me.
it was another game, charades,
Well,
miming.
next time we'll have charades, mimic here. Amazing. Gee, and everybody, what else do we have? What do we have?
Dollars, remote work. So again, connected to the remoting challenge. Also a place where you can relax, where you can learn and make mistakes, a nice environment, a place that is flexible, that is challenging and encourages professional growth, that offers good pay. Oh, if it's an office that it's pet friendly. Oh, this is interesting.
Oh,
Well, I hadn't thought about that. A nice cafeteria. Oh, this is cool. That is innovating and that gives you time to learn new skills. And again, dollars, improve your career, remote work. Nice, nice.
amazing. Everyone who is watching us, what advice can you give them to keep improving their English? Or maybe if their English is not very good, to be motivated and to make English, to keep working on their English?
Well, there are many things that you can do. Definitely pay attention to the workshops around this challenge because you're going to find useful related to your has possibilities, opportunities. So pay attention, go to the link that we shared in the resources section so that you can learn more about the challenge. Participate in our spaces. We don't always talk about the professional aspect, but anything that you learn is going to be useful and you're going to see how you can and connect it later to the professional. Another important thing to remember is that don't feel discouraged if you don't have the level yet. And this is something that I've mentioned before because I have the opportunity to learn, to improve your skills, for example, English, while you're working with them. But what do you have to show? Potential. You have to show that you are motivated, that you want to do it, that you're going to be serious about it. So if a company is looking for a B2 level and you're a B1, but you show that you're studying at Platzi's English Academy, that you have taken a lot of our courses, that you're participating in workshops, then they see, of course, that you have the skills, then they might say, come in and we will continue to sponsor, to support you in this language journey. And I have seen it, and it is very popular in tech, in our tech industry as well. So keep that in mind. Don't get discouraged. I saw a lot of you, oh, I don't know English. No, but you know what? You're here today, which shows that you want to reach that level, that you continue to go to Carolina's course, English for Job Interviews, where you will find a lot of useful tips and strategies.
Time as today, 6 p.m. Colombian time, 8 p.m. Argentina. Do the calculations with your time zone, different topics. And of course, go ahead and sign up for the challenge. We'll see you in all the different activities of the challenge and all the different activities of English Academy. See you next time. Bye, everybody.
Bye. Bye.